So I've just had an absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous reflexology treatment from my friend Karen Patrick.
Hello.
Now, as therapists, we have to have, and healers, we have to go through it ourselves sometimes as maintenance. It is really important, otherwise we can get ill, particularly working with energy and spirit. Things can get stuck in us. And yeah, I had a lovely reflexology treatment, and I hardly have reflexology myself. In fact, I trained over 25 years ago, and I think I've had one reflexology treatment since then. So it was absolutely mega to have one from Karen. I'll add on a bit later about what I had from it, because I've spoken to Karen about it. But I'll just show you a little bit of her room. She doesn't know I'm doing this. So it's got a gorgeous light there. And here, this bed's absolutely gorgeous. Not only does it go up and down in every way, she has infrared mat underneath that has what crystals in it?
Amethyst, tourmaline,
Amethyst and tourmaline and jade. Beautiful, beautiful. Yeah. So that was warming up. And look, these are really pretty. Some selenite with some of the coloured lights in. So there's lots of gorgeous things. I won't show too much of the room in case anybody decides to book in with her. So look at that. Oh, warmth. So I've had reflexology, but then she's got this other room. Is it all right to show you the other room?
Yes, yes.
And then she's got another room. A bit of a mess, not all set up for obviously doing a session, but so this is the room that she does her Kundalini work in. Oh, very beautiful. Obviously, when she's got clients, then there's other things in the room that aren't there at the moment. Look at my neck. I was just telling Karen, Paul had Archangel Michael come through a few nights ago. Very nice for him. I wake up with bite marks on my neck. Whatever that's about. So he gets Archangel Michael, I get vampires. So I will do this. Wait, let's put this here so we get the both of us in. Gorgeous Karen, KP, Reflexology. So we've not rehearsed this or anything, not prepared any questions.
No, she just threw me in at the deep end, guys.
So I just thought it'd be really nice to share a bit about my experience, which I'll share after. But to give Karen an opportunity, because I think it's really nice to reflect and share on what a lot of my different friends are doing and the different groups and things that I go to. So this is the first one that I'm doing of this sort of thing, and I'm throwing people in at the deep end.
Right, okay, so Louise came today for a reflexology. When I do a reflexology treatment, I always connect to Reiki as well. So I've got Reiki energy coming through. With reflexology, we are working on all the different parts of the body at the bottom of the feet. We've got, I think it's like over 7,000 nerve endings in our feet. Don't quote me on that one, but I think it's roughly around that. And what I do the connection. I tune in to my clients, and I just work with the feet. I give a relaxing massage first of all, and then I go in to start working on the reflexes. Some you will find, some that you won't. Some that your client or you felt as well, didn't you? When I was around certain parts of Louise's foot, she knew that I was working on it as well. So you'll feel, as you're working on people's feet, you will feel heat, grit, popping, all sorts of different sensations that come through, and then I work on that particular area. Sometimes it takes me a little bit longer to work on one area that it would do, because other parts of the body you just sail through. It was really nice to work on you today. A lot of heat came through on a certain part of your body, which we did a little bit of psychic surgery on you, and just asked for the Reiki to guide me as well.
Yeah.
Anything else?
So because all of us that train in reflexology have had different teachers, get taught different. So there is the whole map of the body on the feet. So that's always the same. How that's work can be different. And then as we go along, we'll pick up different tools in our toolkit that we use.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes I use crystals. Sometimes I use a tuning fork. It's whatever I'm guided to on that particular person. It's a bit freestyle. I'm not got it's what comes in for me from spirit to guide me through to give my client the best possible treatment. I think.
And it's the first time I've had tuning forks on my feet. I've used them on other people's feet, but it's the first time I've had it on mine. So I was like, oh my gosh, that's what it feels like having it there.
I haven't had it on mine either.
It's so nice.
Yeah, I'll come to you and you can do it on me.
And in discussion, like before, Karen was saying that she uses crystals. Like, I'll put crystals at the feet, but I won't necessarily use them on them. I work psychically and I'll tap into people's chakras. That happened really early on, so with the Reiki and that feeling, so all that can be quite interesting in psychic messages. Karen says about working in the past and the present in the feet, so that bit was new for me.
Yeah, sometimes I can speak to a client at the end of a session and say, it's just what my tutor taught me. It's for example, a lady came once and there was a lot of, obviously we hold trauma in our bodies and we have to release it. Well, it was around her jaw area, her face, her nose. It was really, really aggressively sore, angry, and I just worked on it as much as I possibly could. And then at the end of the session, I said to her, is there anything that happened to your face as a child? That's what I was getting through as well. And she said, no. And then she was like, oh my God. I was at Barry Road School and I was swimming. And as I got out of the swimming bath, I smashed my jaw and face on the side of the swimming pool. So it was just what her body had held on to. And I picked up on that. So, sometimes I don't pick up things on people's feet. It's just what's coming through at that particular time, because we're like onions. It's like going through layers, isn't it? And sometimes you can pick up something on one foot and then you'll clear that, and then it will be something else. An example, another guy had an elbow issue. He'd fallen off his bike and I kept picking up elbow issues and he was like, no. Then he rang me a couple of days later and he said, I fell off a bike as a child. Yes, my mum's just reminded me. So it's just...
It happens with readings as well. We're doing like platform mediumship and then they're like, no, can't take that. And then they come back either in the break or contact you a week or a month later. I'll remember what that is. Or somebody told me this. It's like, oh no, I stood there like a lemon and you're going, no. And I'm like, I keep getting this.
For example, again, at the weekend, I was my friend was doing a Reiki attunement in Glastonbury. I was on the couch and they said, two students over me doing a Reiki share, and they were over my heart centre, and there was they felt as if it was on fire. It was really hot, and it was what's going on? And I'm like, no, there's nothing going on. About an hour later, I said, I've got a little bit of heartburn. And they were like, we knew something was going on. So it's just we should always go with what we pick up on.
It is. I mean, even before I got into doing any of the holistic therapies, it was when I was doing my contemporary dance degree in London, and so we're concentrated on, for my dissertation, the healing of dance injuries using complementary therapies, and that was my opening into it, because we were doing Tai Chi and self-healing massage, and we had an osteopath. But I bought, looking into the different therapies, that's when I bought a book on reflexology, not knowing I was going to go into it later. So, and it was in my first year because I was staying in a YWCA. So I was testing the different girls' feet. Oh my gosh. And it was so funny. So there's a point that's like the sexual organs and the female. And I didn't tell girls what I was doing. So many of them, I'm getting tingling sensations. Just so happens that's where I'm doing on you. Yeah. Or you know, I'm feeling this in my teeth, and I'm like, well, I'm doing your teeth. Have you been having any problems there? And that was before I even trained. So it was like, it's bloody magic.
Yeah, it is. It is
bloody magic. So
I do love reflexology.
It is, isn't it? It's lovely.
So I shouldn't say this, but it's like I'm making love to the feet. You know, it's just what you feel and what you can pick up. You close your eyes and connect, and you go in. It's just, I love it.
Yeah. And you saying that, like, I do the same, and I think a good therapist, to me, like, if you're getting a good treatment because of how it feels, because we should be sensing not only what we're feeling from somebody, but what we're coming into their energy and what we're giving to that, and we should also feel what it's like to receive that, because like, we want them to totally relax and surrender and let go and feel safe. Yeah, we've got to feel it for them as well, haven't we?
Yeah, and I do.
So can I ask, as a matter of interest, not prepared, obviously, so because you do the Kundalini.
Yes.
So from doing the Kundalini and working with energy, obviously the spine, all that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Is there any crossover that you have with when you're at someone's feet with any of the Kundalini?
No. I disconnect from that completely. Yeah, it's not. I just when I'm doing the reflexology to when I'm doing the Kundalini, that's a totally different thing. I just concentrate on doing the reflexology. There's no crossover for me. You never know, it might come one day and then it'd be like, oh, okay. But no, not for me at the moment. It's a totally different field energy, I think, for the different things, different treatments.
Yeah. But as you've said, at the moment.
So watch your space.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, when I lie on a therapist's bed now, I have to tell my body that I'm not going in for a Kundalini activation, because it almost my body gets excited. It's, oh, here we go, we're going to go in. And here we go. Even on Sunday, when I went to see my friend and I was having the students do a bit of Reiki on me, it was almost, I was started back, no, calm down, this is just a Reiki treatment. Almost like put that away in the box for a moment to do, but then who knows? Watch your space.
Because Karen mentioned when she was doing the treatment, or after the treatment, some animals that came through.
Yes, there was a white lion, wasn't it? A white lion around your ear area, wasn't it? Yeah, there was a white lion that came in, and so I always have animals come in. Butterflies, purple butterflies this time as well. One particular lady I had, and I spoke to Paul about it actually, because I was quite confused on why it had happened, but it was a rabbi standing right over me as I was over a client, and I didn't see, but I sensed, and I was like, are you for me or are you for my client? And he was just standing looking at me, and I was like, okay. And he was still there, and at the end of the treatment I said to the lady, I hope you don't mind me asking, are you of Jewish descent? And she started laughing. Why? And I said, I had a rabbi in the room, and she's like, oh God, she said, my last client was a Jewish lady. So we made a little bit of a joke about it. I just said, can you mind leaving your spirits in your room and don't bring them into my room? But when Paul explained it to me, it might have been her client's ancestral, granddad or dad that had gone over to spirit, or somebody that was joining my spirit team.
Yeah.
So it was just nice that I don't see, I sense and I feel that had happened as well. So things do, come through. Just need to do my psychic training with Paul.
So, and this is it. So when we you know, when I started off doing with the complementary therapies and Reiki and that sort of thing, they seem to be all disconnected, but then they all begin to
I see what you mean now with the crossover.
together.
Yes, with the Kundalini. No, that hasn't as yet, but then perhaps
it will find its way.
It will find its way. Yeah,
that you'll get people having a Kundalini release. We're having some reflexology. Why not? Anything's possible.
Yeah.
And that's why I found it interesting. You know, I said to Karen when we first chatted, when I first wrote it was like, when I first did my reflexology training, and that was before I sat on psychic development circles or anything like that, or did any training, I would pick up psychic messages. And I didn't know that's what it was. It was just like, it'd be like a Tourette's thing. I have to say this to this person. So, and yeah, from doing the shamanic work, then I have healing animals that come in, so I can just all of a sudden sit there and then they'll do some work. So it's my water eels, my 2 water eels that tend to work all around, all that sort of thing. And then spirit, then obviously spirit, psychic surgeons, all that sort of stuff coming through. So it's so interesting meeting, you know, people that, like, so Karen says, oh, she does reflexology, but it can be then difficult, as you know, sometimes to say exactly what you do, or it can scare people.
It's just holistics, isn't it? It's a vast range of whatever we do, you know, and things just we're always adding to our treatments as well to I don't know, to further our, I don't know what's the word I'm looking for, magnificence. I don't know what's the word. I don't know. It's just you know, there's no.
Well, this, and because the whole realm of the healing side of stuff is so interesting, and there's so many different modalities out there, and it's like, you know, it's like I've never stopped learning, because there's always something else.
Yeah, you
it's
never
like,
do,
I'm being drawn to this now, and then it all fits in, doesn't it? It all fits in. So,
I'm doing a year-long study with Pi. That's who I trained with, the inner dance of a Kundalini, and he lives in the Philippines, and I'm doing Zoom calls twice a week with him for the next year. Not just me personally, but there's a group of us that are doing it, and it's just, that's why I felt like that. That's why I felt like that. Yeah, I've done my training, but I'm still learning, because it's like every client that comes through, it's magnificent to watch them have that experience, whether they lie still, whether they move, whether they're open. You know, we can't open people. They have to open themselves and surrender to us. So I'm doing that for the next year as well, and it's just nice to listen to other people think, hey, that's how I felt. That's how I felt, and it's nice that you've got that community, like our little community as well. It's nice, our little tribe. Yeah,
and so absolute gorgeous treatment, and I shared with Karen. Sharon in a past life, Karen in this one, but so, and I've not connected with it before, that when she was working my right side, it felt the physical, it was on the physical body more, which is the masculine side of the body, which is action, direction, all that sort of thing. When she went on the left side, which is the feminine, I began to feel all my outer body, like I wanted to say astral projection, but not astral projection, outer body experience. So I could feel, I had to keep going back into feeling that my thumb is touching my fingers on both hands, but I could feel my hands opening. But I'm like, but I can't, but where are my arms? Where are my hands? And I've had this with breath work and things before, and obviously sleep time. So, but to have it in a healing treatment was like quite interesting.
Perhaps the Kundalini did pass over, because this is what I'm just going through at the minute through our calls about the non-duality and the time it's just, we're just weightlessness, you know. That's what I'm going through at the minute,
and we are just energy.
And
part of me of like asking carrying to have a treatment because of the spinal reset that I've been going through. Because of my dark night of the souls, which I haven't done a video on yet, but I will do. And what I reflected when she was working my right side was that I worked out it's the 7 weeks since that played out.
Yeah.
So that's worked through the chakras, and each one goes through an outer. Each chakra also works out into their energy field. And obviously the 7th one is your outer one, and by the end of it I was feeling my body up there and still checking my hands down there. It was like, it sounds really weird, doesn't it, but we are energy.
Yeah, we are.
And our energy field, spreads out. It's how we sense each other and all that sort of thing as well through our energy field. So before finishing, would you like 3 or 5 top tips for, so firstly, 3 reasons why you think people should have reflexology. So compared to other treatments, specifically, what is it that is the magic of reflexology?
I think it's very grounding, I have some people that are still up in with the clouds with after treatment, so it's nice to ground people in with their feet. So if they've had, say, crystal therapy or acupuncture or massage, they still feel a little bit lightheaded, it's nice to ground them back in. It's nice to pick up on I've had people that have had shoulder problems and have come to me, so it's also nice for pain relief as well. I do this because I'm working on the foot when I'm doing this, guys. Shoulder, like pain, it's good for pain, it's good for rest, relaxation, mindfulness, just to give you your time. It's also, I don't offer fertility treatment, but I know there's some really good ladies in Northampton that do offer fertility reflexology.
What's facility?
Not facility. I said that wrong, didn't I? But I have to block that one. Fertility. Fertility. Reflexology, pregnancy reflexology. I've had a couple of pregnant mums that have come to me. I've helped them go through their pregnancy as well. So there's lots of different reasons, not just 3 or 5. There's a vast range. Yeah. And
what would be your 3 or 5 top tips for foot care? You have to look after our feet.
Right, so after a treatment, I always tell my clients they need to drink the water, because we've worked with energy and water will flush it out back through the system. You need to drink your water to flush it through to help with the healing. It's 50%, I'd say, of the healing comes from you drinking water. Rest, go home and rest after a reflexology treatment. Don't think, right, okay, which would be me, I'd go and have a back massage and run around afterwards. I think, well, I'm not allowing my body to rest and heal. So you do need to rest and heal afterwards, treatment. And cream feet.
They're post care, but in general, a couple of tips for what's important really for looking after our feet.
I haven't got a clue.
Well,
your diet, your diet, water, and good shoes. That's about it. Don't be showing that one.
What do you do for your self-care?
What do I do for my self-care? I've got where are they? These. So I do probably like a little sort of like pumice stone, tummy bar. I do my feet. Just get rid of the dead skin. And then I use a foot file. Afterwards, because I always find that even though I've done it with a pumice stone, the foot file just gets rid of it. It's like a shredder as well. It just gets rid of all that dead skin as well. So I do that.
Have you seen those ones where it collects the dead skin?
Yeah, seen that. and then I just cream. I use a cream.
See, this is hair foot care. This is what I was asking her. I just didn't ask it in a very good way.
Then I'm like mental block.
Yeah.
Post menopause, guys.
Me
Foggy
too.
brain. Yeah, and just cream them. I always cream my feet. I say cream and moisturise. That's what I mean by cream. I moisturise my feet daily because, to be honest, I hated feet.
Did you?
All my life, I've hated feet. And I would be very judgmental, which was so wrong of me, never to assume. One of the 4 agreements, never assume. People would be in a queue and I'd be looking down at their feet and I'd be like, oh, they're a bit cracked, they're a bit dry. Oh dear, they're covered, they're full of dirt. It would be known to me, they could have had diabetes, they could have had problems with their feet, they could have had issues, they could have been going through something. So during a weekend away with a couple of friends, we went over to Spain and we did some meditation and healings over there. And during one of my meditations, it said, you're going to do feet. And I went, what, me? Feet? You're having a laugh. No, I'm not doing feet. No way, I'm not doing feet. Anyway, I'm doing feet. So it just goes to show, it's like the universe is like, we show her all about feet. So yeah, that's mine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you look at a whole load of cracked heels and calluses and you're like, oh, let's get rid of that shielding.
I mean, I'm not a chiropodist, so sometimes if people do come to me with fungal infections, I'm not allowed to treat. You know, I'd send them away, give them some advice on that, of what to put on, or send them to see a podiatrist or a chiropodist, you know, before we can go forward. Or we can always do a little bit of hand reflexology. It is.
Yeah, and on that side of stuff, there's foot reflexology. When we do learn foot reflexology, we also learn the hand, because for the religious reasons, sometimes you have to do people's hands, or the feet are too painful, or different types of conditions. There is also auricular reflexology, because that's the shape of us in the womb. Sacral. So it's not strictly reflexology, but there is the map of the whole body on the head. But there is down the back, and there's maps of the whole body bloody everywhere. Really,
yeah, there is. But I do Indian head massage.
Iridologies, eyes.
So, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Are we done?
Thank you very much. Yeah.
Woo!
Yay! I'll share links to the amazing Karen Patrick.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Bye.